Joining me now are Gerard and Taj from Half Moon Panic. How are you, boys?
We are very good.
Really good.
Great to see you. Speak for him.
He tries. No, really good. Thanks, Sam. Great to see you again.
And you,
Gerard. Nice to see you.
Yeah, not so nice to see you, but we can live with that. It's fine.
So, how are you both?
We're good. We're good. Obviously, for us, it's been a bit mixed in terms of music for us, and very much, we're missing very much the live gigs and the banter with audiences and people like that, and actually missing being together, because we do love each other generally. But for us, as we've talked about on the radio show, it very much has given us that opportunity to write our first album, record that, and get it out worldwide.
Yeah, and it is in the worldwide ether now. Songs being played around the world. That is just incredible.
Yeah. It is. It's amazing. We got an update from Rick this morning, Rick Palin, who you know, Sam. It's been downloaded by 450 odd radio stations already.
Really?
And it's just fantastic to see it pop up in people message us. I think there's 3 radio stations in Australia where we're in their number 3 in their top 10 singles of the week, which is cool. Didn't even know we had a single. Cool. But that was quite exciting.
Yeah.
Some fella from Greece has put us on his radio show, and
John Travolta.
The comparison, the reviews are really good in Scotland as well, all over the place. But all started by you. You're our first supporter. So, but it's been really exciting.
Good.
Really exciting.
I'm so glad it's going okay. Yeah, I'm so glad it's going okay, because like you said, it's just been a really weird year. And I suppose as musicians, launching an album in these times is kind of like weird, because you can't gig it. You can't go out and do a launch party. You can't gig your album. But in another way, it gets it out there via the internet, and it's going really well, which is fantastic. So what are your plans for promoting the album when we kind of come out of lockdown?
Well, I suppose for us, we were lucky. Obviously, we did the Royal Oak in Tunbridge Wells. We did a live stream there, an acoustic stream, because Russ wasn't available, which was about 3-4 weeks ago, which went really, really well.
Yeah.
I think there were around 300 people tuned in just for the sound check, which is how people are missing music, I suppose, generally. But I suppose the real thing for us is we are pushing the album everywhere that we possibly can, and that is having some great response across the world, including Scarborough and places like that, which obviously is now on our world tour list. But for us now, it is around, with all of the government restrictions lifting, we've already got a number of gigs lined up where we can launch it, and the first one is at our spiritual home, the Half Moon in Hildenborough, which is next month, and then what we're trying to do is sort of 1 or 2 gigs a month over the next few months, just to get us back into playing live again, really.
Yeah. Do you have plans for a launch party?
It'll be cool. I mean, we've got, as Gerard said, we've got a load of gigs lined up. Some of them are outdoors because of the restrictions, and I think we go indoors at the end of June. So I think we will be indoors definitely for the August stuff, and then we're waiting for a couple of July dates. And we've got a couple of festivals. We've got Paul Cook's Festival in Cowsley Woodstock in August. So we need to find the appropriate one that we can go. We can get it indoors. We can be full on loud rock show. The vinyl is on order, but because of a mixture of COVID and Brexit, and actually because bands can't tour, so they're recording and releasing, the backlog for getting stuff out at the moment on vinyl is 8 weeks or so. So it'll be nice to make sure that we've got all the vinyl in. Yeah. Because it's selling well on the website. The CDs are going like anything, and also the merch that we launched this week we've sold out of a few sizes already. Look, there it is.
As worn by Gerard himself.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get mine. I'm so excited.
It was posted this morning, Sam, especially for you.
Thank you. I can't wait to receive it. I do love a t-shirt. Thank you so much.
Well, it's also in special Half Moon Panic Orange in the packaging, so you won't miss it.
I love that. I love a bit of orange.
It's cool, yeah. And the vinyls are orange as well, which is cool.
So why orange? Why orange?
Well, I think
because
we're
Emily,
just
that designed the logo, did it in orange, and we liked it.
Oh, that's fair enough then. I just thought there might be
Plus-
some kind of sentimental reason why it might be orange.
Well, no, but I think we're hoping to be sponsored by Jaffa Cakes.
I know what to get you for your rider when you ever do a gig for me.
Yeah. It's loads of tango, maybe some tango. I feel like I've been tangoed every time I meet with bloody Joe.
So let's talk about your writing process as a band. So who is it, a joint effort, or does somebody come up with the lyrics, or somebody come up with the melody and then you kind of put it together? How does it work?
Yeah, it's a mixture. I think we've had some songs that Gerard's done, from start to finish. He's had a fairly strong idea, some that I have. And then there's the weird ones where he wakes me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, whispers down the phone because Carrie's still sleeping. I've got an idea for a song, and it goes a bit like this. And I'm like, okay, thanks a lot. And then by the time I record it in the demo studio, it's a completely different song, but he thinks it's the same one. That's he's easily pleased.
I am.
Where do you draw where do you draw the influence from though? So do you write about random stuff, or do you have something that might have happened in your life, or something that's going on in the world? Do you draw from that, or is it just kind of whatever comes to you in your head?
I think for me, in terms of writing, it's around experiencing life. I mean, there are a couple of songs on there that Taj wrote in about 1847 when he was young, which was one about Ursula, his wife, which is lovely. It's only taken him 30 years, so if I was his wife, I'd be really annoyed by that. But for me, there's a little bit about my Welsh background in songs like Survival against these very, very rich English. But a lot of the songs that we've written over the last year have been really influenced, I suppose, in terms of the times we live in. So Breathe, Chasing the Sun, those songs are really written to try and give some positivity in current times, just to say we'll get through this.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And how long does the process take for you? Is it quite a quick one? Do you gel that well that it kind of happens quite quickly, or do you sometimes have to work on something a little bit longer?
It's getting quicker now, because I think Gerard used to write 18-page essays with multi-syllable words in there that you couldn't turn into a song if you tried. But now I've got to know him a bit better. I can sense the rhythm of the words that he sent through. So we've got, obviously the album we're still pushing full steam, but I think we've got 4 written for the next tricky second album. And there's a couple that I've got, and about 2 or 3 that Gerard's written some lyrics for. And the music came much easier this time round, because I know the rhythm of his heart.
Yeah.
Oh, so profound.
And I know that Taj can only play 4 chords, so I write around that, really.
Yeah, but he doesn't know which 4 chords.
Keeps you guessing.
Yeah, they are always random. Any song has a random set of chords in there.
So you talk about another album, is that something you want to kind of get out there relatively quickly, or is it something you're going to take your time on?
I don't know. We're going to wait for the until we go platinum with Welcome to the Small Time, obviously, because but I don't know what the rules. We don't really know what the rules are. I mean, we've got some ideas bristling away. We actually also would like to do, because people have said they really like it, an acoustic version of the album, because we've played it. Awesome. The songs lend themselves really well acoustically. As Gerard said, we did this gig that not only did loads of people turn up to the sound check online, but in the first week, I think 1,500 people watched the gig. And it was nice to play the songs acoustic, because we obviously write them acoustically, then record them, play them, rock them up. But at UBAS Records, who signed us for this album, Paul Cook said he'd just love to have an acoustic vibe of it, just chilled out. Yeah. So we might do that as soon as we can, and then not put ourselves under too much pressure to finish the second album, because the songs took 6 months to shape, Gerard. Yeah, would you say? Yeah. And then. And I think we're really happy with the songs on this one. Would we have recorded it slightly different? Maybe. We were under a bit of pressure. We finished it the day before the December lockdown, and we learned so much about the process and about what we're capable of doing. This album is very live. I think Gerard and Fee, I often compliment them, but there was literally one take on the vocals, Obviously, I had to go back later and fix the bass guitars and stuff. I won't tell him that. But the vocals were all just done live, and the bass and the rhythm. So there was just a little bit of extra guitar, and I wasn't sure if we wanted to have that live feel, but actually, I'm really proud of the feel of it. Yeah. It's not as, you know, when you listen to some of the early demos that we did, you know, they're more produced than the album.
Yeah.
There's more layers on the demos than there is on the album. The album, we just let it go.
Yeah,
I think.
And I think very much on early demos, we usually have about 50 Taj vocals over it in terms of layer of Taj, which is not a pleasant thing, Sam.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Does he not have a microphone normally?
Well, if he does, it's usually off.
Well, I did have one. It was confiscated in 1992 at the Rock Garden in Covent Garden. This is a sad, true story, Sam.
Oh,
right?
No.
We're playing. I was playing with a band at the time, and we had got to the point where we were supporting a band that was managed by Roger Taylor from Queen. They were called Sideway Look. They were really cool, sort of Simple Minds-y type, In Excess type band, and we were supporting them. And we had we did the sound check, and I went. It was all cool. Went backstage, and I thought, I left my plectrums or something on my amp. So I went back and I saw the singer talking to the sound engineer, and he said, as usual, cut mic number 3. I was like, what's going on here? And they said, you haven't sung in this band for 3 years, Taj. You can't sing. I said, I can sing. So that night I insisted, but it sounded like a football terrace just by myself. So now I just like to express myself with my instrument rather than. But when you write a song, because Gerard doesn't really get it, I have to like sing the tune for him. I have to record some vocals. So, and then he just mocks me.
And it's really easy for me then, because you just go, anything I do on top of that is going to be 10 times better.
Oh, you too.
I do try and make his life easier for him.
I think an acoustic album anyway is really good because it shows different sides of you. It shows your ability to play acoustically, to record acoustically, to strip it right back to it from the beginning.
Yeah.
And obviously as a full band, it gives you that as well. So I think it's a really nice thing to do.
Yeah, and especially with Ophelia's vocals, because I think she adds a lot of she adds a tenderness and a smoothness to what we're doing, because we're kind of, we're just old geezers rocking, and then she comes along and puts this like smoothness on top of it. And because she's a sort of a professional in inverted commas, she doesn't just do backing vocals, she actually finds the harmony parts, and it just elevates the whole thing. It's really good. Yeah,
it works really, really, really well. I love that. So how long have you guys been together as a band? Because you've all been in bands before, but how long have Half Moon Panic been together?
We started about 2 years ago next month, when I was on my 30th birthday. Was it 30th or no, 50th? Sorry, yeah. And we I was having a big party for my birthday, and Gerard's wife is my wife's best friend, so he had to come along anyway. I didn't want him there.
Twisted your arm.
And we said, so I said, well, I'd like to play a few numbers on my birthday, just have a bit of a laugh. It is my party. There'll be a big crowd for the first time in my life. They can't go because they're there for me. So but about 4 days before, Gerard said, let's do something. And we didn't have any songs or a band. So we got George, my son, to play with us, and a drummer called Finn McCauley, who's from Shake the Geek. Then he's my nephew, but he's an amazing drummer, and that band's going places. So he came up because he was coming to the party anyway. We did a little jam, and it was really good. And Paul Cook was there because he's a friend, and he said, I'd like to book you guys for my summer festival. And we were like, we're not even a band, but okay. So so we called ourselves Half Moon Panic, because it was the panic of being in the half moon and not knowing what we were doing. But
I love
it was fun.
That's a great stuff. So in the grand scheme of things, you've actually not been together that long.
No.
Yeah. But you've achieved so much, though, I think, in those 2 years.
And I think we have, and I think as musicians, the one thing I always say to him, and I don't compliment him that much either, is that actually in terms of all the musicians I play with, the sort of instant bond that he and I have in terms of not only songwriting but playing and styles, and just what we want to do, where we want to go, and our approach to music is so similar. So it's really, really easy just to move that forward. And as we've gone forward, obviously we've introduced a new drummer into the band, and we've introduced Ophelia into the band, and we had Cheryl previously. but none of that has taken away the sort of core emphasis of Half Moon Panic and the sound that Taj and I want in that band. But I mean, Russ for us is a great rock drummer, you know, we call him Hammerhead for a reason. He's quite loud. Ophelia has just not changed the direction of Half Moon Panic, but she does provide that extra difference, I think, in terms of what we have there, in terms of a rock band with quite a nice sort of soulful theatrical voice there, which is cool.
I think it's really good.
And she halves the average age of the band, which is cool. Sorry, Sam. What are you saying?
Oh, bless her. I was just saying that it's having those layers there that makes it work.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, the heavy drums, Ophelia's lyrics and vocals, and you guys, you know, that's how it works. That's why it works so well. So
that's what the reviews are saying as well.
Sorry?
Some of the reviews we've got focus on the fact that we've got that. There's one of them, I think it wasn't meant to be an insult. We said, as aggressive as they try and sound, it comes back to the melody. Yeah, so even when we're trying to be our most raucous and rocky, they're still underpinned by the melodies and the vocals and the harmonies, which for me is a good blend. You know, that
totally.
Sort of classic stuff we're aiming for.
Absolutely. So if anyone's watching who hasn't got a copy of the album yet or don't know much about you, where can they find out about you guys?
So the album is called Welcome to the Small Time. It's on UBass Records. It's out, like we said, the CDs are already out there. The downloads are out there on Apple, Spotify, all of the major
everything.
networks.
Deezer, anywhere you want to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Afghan rock.
Yeah. And then obviously we have all of our social media all over the place now. So Facebook, again, Instagram, Twitter accounts are out there, YouTube accounts are out there. So if you look for Half Moon Panic, you will find us and track us down.
Brilliant. And available for gigs, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can actually go on our website and inquire on there. There's a whole page for that, and all our events coming up. Yeah, we've got one a month. Yeah, we've starting from April. So April we've got 2 in May. June we're playing in Leo's Red Lion, which would be cool. We love that venue, so that's a nice one. But it's it's still a Sunday afternoon, so we're not indoors yet because it's too early for them. But we will be.
But you might be later on in the year.
Absolutely, that's the plan. So we'd love to do gigs. We don't want to, there are lots of bands out there that will need gigs and want to do gigs when this thing comes back.
Yeah.
And, we want to also have, always have something new to play for our supporters and friends when they come and see us. So we won't be gigging every other day because I think, that's not going to work. But certainly, we're adding songs to the set all the time. But just, playing the album through is going to be brilliant. So, and we can't wait. Hopefully we'll pick one. You come along and be the MC. And
I would absolutely love that. And I'm going to come and do some backing vocals at some point as well.
That'd be cool.
I don't think it should just be backing vocals. I think just full song.
Ooh.
I've got a great idea, Sam. I see this rock band fronted by 2 lovely ladies with an old bloke on the bass guitar. Yeah. Someone with a similar haircut to you on lead guitar. He could do a few BVs. Look at his little face. He's all grumpy.
I would love to join you at some point. That would be absolutely awesome.
That'd be a pleasure. Pleasure. Well, why don't you pick a song off the record, and then pick one of the gigs and come along.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
No, I would love to, absolutely love to. I've got a band simmering away in the background. We're waiting to get out there and get back to rehearsing and stuff. So yeah, that is something that I'm really passionate about as well, as you know. So yeah, that would be absolutely brilliant. Now, thank you so much for joining me. We could talk for hours.
I'm sure.
We really could. But Zoom only allows a certain amount of time.
I know. When you want to do the one when we walk through my guitar collection one by one, 15 minutes of guitar, that'll be fine. We could do that. I love talking about that.
And then we'd have Gerard with his Welsh memorabilia and his rugby kit.
Yeah.
What's
quite interesting is that we've not been played in Wales yet. I think there's still a restraining order on him. You need to sort that out.
Yeah, I think it's the wildlife restraining order in Wales that I need to worry about. But
oh dear. Trust you to bring it down to that level.
Goodness. Right.
Always.
It's time to go.
See ya.
Thank you so much for joining me, guys.
Nice to speak to you, Sam.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.